of the total land that it's got. I think clearly the expectation is that although the plant is currently of 4.8 million tons, the limestones as well as the land that they have got has enough potential over time for them to double the capacity if the demand sort of pans out in the medium term. Also, I think this will help in consolidation of the players in that region, and also help pricing power in the medium term when the demand picks up. So I think Ultratech would clearly be a gainer. At the same time, JP Associates, which is highly leveraged and was looking sort of for a long time to sell off some of the assets to deleverage, also will be a gainer. And there also have been reports in the media that they're looking at a possible disinvestment of some of their hydro plants. So I think one will have to wait and see how the deleveraging effort of the JP Group also proceeds. But all in all, I think it's a very welcome deal, both from the buyer and from the seller's perspective.
You got PSU, banks and industrials. Do you think for one more quarter this return divergence will continue?
I think the outcome will clearly depend on how the currency behaves. I think one has seen lately in the last week the currency clawing back from 68 to 63. And sort of, it will also depend on the stance that the RBI adopts in the monetary policy on 20th. But in my opinion, I think the RBI will have to persist with a tight monetary policy simply to break the vicious cycle of falling currency leading to higher inflation, leading further to a falling currency. So to break this vicious cycle, they'll have to adopt an extremely tight monetary policy, and it has to be supplemented, in my opinion, by a tight fiscal policy. So growth, in my opinion, for a year or two, one will have to be content with to live with growth at a lower trajectory, and that dynamics, I think, will play out in the markets. And that's why I think the approach that I will have on having a medium-term portfolio is not to build in too much of alpha in the portfolio, and try sort of to have steady names with sort of some of the large cap IT companies like Infosys and Wipro, pharmaceutical companies like Ranbaxy and Dr. Reddy's being prominently there in the portfolio. At the same time, the industrials, because of the valiant efforts of the CCI to clear a very large number of projects. I think we saw 1.6 lakh crores worth of projects cleared till July end, a further 87 projects of 1.8 lakh crores cleared in the month of August, and yesterday I think the DMIC has cleared 1.2 lakh crores of projects, 9 specific projects. So I think the government is cognizant of the fact that they need to revive the industrial cycle. So I think to play that, because this will take at least 2 or 3 quarters, because what's happening is that on the private sector, because of high leverage, because of banks' reluctance, sort of because of credit quality being poor, I think it will take time. And plus we are heading to 5 crucial state polls a month or 2 from now, and national polls in 2014. So private capex will take some more cajoling, some more coaxing sort of for revival, and hence on the industrial side, one will have to stick to names which are extremely strong and where diverse revenue stream comes. Companies like Larsen and Toubro, or companies like Crompton Greaves, and a company on a mid-cap space, something like KSB Pumps. On the autos, I think our preference clearly would be the rural buoyancy that is expected to continue because of extremely strong monsoons, and hence the two-wheeler names like Hero Honda and Bajaj Auto.
Right. Okay, Ajay, we're going to leave it at that and let you go. Really appreciate you joining in today with your views. That's the view coming in from Ajay Bodke, from Prabhudas Lilladher. But you've heard it first in ET now, and now it's official. iGate has named former Infosys board member Ashok Vemuri as its CEO, effective come next week. Vemuri's name has been doing the rounds ever since iGate initiated a CEO search after it fired Fanish Murthy over allegations of sexual harassment. The Nasdaq listed iGate's shares, they closed 2% higher in trade on Wednesday. Let's